Hi there, and welcome to your therapy session this week. We're going to be using one tennis ball to help release some of the tension through the back of our leg. We're going to place that right in the belly of your calf muscle and connecting to your hamstrings here. Now, if you lean forwards, you can take some of the pressure out. And if you want to then start to increase the intensity of the massage, you sit yourself further back into it. Take more pressure against the ball. Find a knotty spot, stay on it, have a little wiggle as well. You can just rock side to side. And then when it starts to release, move on to another spot. You can bring it down a little bit. Just get it in the right spot again. If you find it's a really sort of tense area, and just stay there again. Let it relax. Take some deep breaths. Use your breathing always to enable your body to relax and release. Hold it there, have a little wiggle. And it starts to release off again, reposition it, come down a little bit more. Work all the way up and down the back of your leg, finding the knotty spots in the muscles. Take some time, rock side to side. Keep your back nice and straight here. Keep your shoulders relaxed as well. Think of your posture, always thinking of your posture. Keep in mind how you're holding yourself when you're doing anything throughout your day, not just these exercises or the other parts of the course. Make sure you're incorporating what you learn in this course into every aspect of your life. Reposition it again, find another knotty bit. Oh, you know when you're on a good spot. And then again, have another little wiggle, let it release off. And let's do the same on the other side. So grab your ball out of that leg and we'll spin around. Let's place it against the back of this leg. Again, lean forwards to begin with. Apply more pressure as it starts to release. Have a little wiggle. Find a spot high up to begin with. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Breathe deeply. You can be practicing your core contraction and relaxation. So as you take your breath in, remember you're expanding into your core. And every time you breathe out, you're making that practice of engaging into your pelvic floor. You can think of your belly, your back, your sides, gently drawing in towards your spine. Then as you breathe out again, you keep practicing breathing in and out, contracting and relaxing through your core. Reposition that ball, find a knotty spot and rock around again. Just a little release through the back of the leg. So we're finding all the tension in the calf muscles, in the tension in the hamstrings as well. Let it release off, have a little wiggle. So when we're tied in the backs of the legs, it can play into how our pelvis position is. So we want to keep our hamstrings released so that we're able to keep our pelvis and lower back in a neutral position. Okay, now let's grab that ball. We're now going to work through the front of your leg. And you may be familiar now with your lying down quad stretch. We're going to place that ball underneath one of your thighs and bend the knee up towards the back of your hip. And then we're going to roll side to side. Roll it side to side. Reposition it so you can feel where you're holding that tension again. You can take some circles through the leg. And then we're also going to straighten and bend the leg back in again. Straighten it out. And then bend it back in again. So as you straighten your leg, you're relaxing the muscle. And then when you bend your leg, you're putting a bit of a stretch onto those muscles again. Straighten it out, bend it. And when you've got a tight area where that ball is positioned under a knotty spot again, anywhere where there's tension in the front of those quad muscles, you're going to know about it. You're going to feel how it's quite tender to begin with. But then after a while, you may feel it releasing off. Reposition yourself, move the ball into a different area. And sometimes when you have the ball nearer the outer edge of your thigh, you need to angle your foot out to the side a little bit more. So bring the heel out and then back out again. Out to the sides, bring the foot back down again. Just keep relaxed through your upper body. You can rest your forehead down onto the back of your hands in front of you. Now bring the ball more onto the inside of that leg. And now this time, you're going to bring the heel across your body a little bit more. So just change your angle with that knee bend so you find all the tension through the front of your thigh. Now, when we're sitting down for long periods of time, at the moment, you might find the fronts of your legs and the fronts of your hips get a bit tight. So we're releasing this area. So again, we can help your pelvic position and therefore help improve how your back position is as well. Take a couple more knee bends there. And then let's reposition ourselves onto the other sides. So again, grab that ball, put it underneath the front of your thigh. And we're going to lie on it. Relax your upper body. Bend your knee up. And first of all, just start rolling around slightly. Take some circles. You can rock side to side. And you can then straighten and bend the leg. Reposition the ball as much as you need to. So keep finding the spaces in the front of the leg where you're holding tension. Don't forget to move the leg so your foot comes out to the sides. You're going to get down to those outer edges of your quads where you may be holding some knots. And if you come into the inside of your thigh with that ball, you bring your foot across your body slightly. Play around with your angles. You certainly know about it when you've got a nasty area. Let it release. As you hold this for a little bit longer, you'll feel those muscles relaxing off. Good, a couple more of those. Reposition your ball. This is the sort of thing you can do anytime throughout your day. Take a bit of time to always release out of the muscles, whether it's with stretching or with your massage techniques that you're learning. A little bit often makes a huge difference. Good work. All right, let's release that leg down. Now we're going to bring the ball up to the front of your hip again because we want to release through the hips. We're going to bend our knees back behind. We're going to be in a bit of a side plank here. So we'll take advantage of this position in your therapy session to release the hip, but also to build the strength through your postural muscles in your core. So with your elbow underneath your shoulder, push your chest up away from the floor and relax that shoulder blade down your back. Just make sure you're not holding tension in your upper trap area here. So you can do a little side head positioning here to relax these muscles in the neck. Rotate your arms slightly out to the side. Again, it helps your shoulder to roll backwards. Position the ball underneath your hip area. So you have your hip bone at the front here, and you're just coming off the side of it slightly. And again, we're going to do a little bit of pressure. We can just hold it and just get that pressure into the ball, into the hip. And then we can roll the length of the muscle up and down and side to side. A little bit of a rotation, side to side. Just be mindful how you hold the shoulder so you're not hurting the shoulder. You can, if that starts to cause tension into your shoulder, just simply lie yourself all the way down on it. Come all the way down. And you can do a little side wiggle here or a lean forwards and back. Lean forwards and back. Breathing deeply. Breathing in and out of your nose. Reposition the ball again. Find another little area through the side of the hip here that's holding tension. Work on it. Work it out. Help it to release. Help to break the tissue up in the muscle there so it takes away the tension. Remove the tension. We're going to build strength. A couple more of those little rocks side to side. Come back up onto your elbow if you can. Take advantage of the side plank for strengthening again. Take some circles. Good work. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. Knees are bent. Feet are behind you. Elbow under shoulder. Rotate that arm out slightly. Relax the shoulder back. side to side neck release. Release through the upper traps. Position this ball underneath the side of your hip. Find that hip bone at the front. Just take it back slightly. Apply pressure. So you can just do a hold, just holding it in that position there. Or you can move side, up and down. You can roll forwards, roll backwards. You can bring your hand in front of you to give you support. Move your body around. Get to know what helps to release the areas where you're holding tension. Good. And remember, you can come back down. So you apply even more weight into that ball, pushing into those muscles in the side of your hip. Roll forwards, roll backwards, forwards and back. Reposition the ball again, change it up. Find the areas where you're really tight. And take 3 more deep breaths here. Good work. Okay, now we're going to come over onto our back with our knees and hips bent up to the ceiling. We're going to position the ball directly underneath the back pocket area and put your weight down onto it. And with your fingers, let's drop the fingers off the inside of the hip bone so we can feel our deeper core muscles. Let's practice our core contraction even though we're again still doing our therapy. Make sure you're contracting in through your pelvic floor and then very gently move your knee out to the sides. So the knee, the leg on the side where you have the ball, we're letting the knee move out and then come back in again. And as we do this, we keep the pelvis perfectly still with our core muscles. The opposite knee needs to stay pointing up to the ceiling. Just be aware if your knees are trying to counterbalance themselves. So we put all the focus into the core, stabilizing you instead. So as we let the knee fall out to the side, you're really getting a good directional massage into that deep piriformis muscle. Muscle that's really deep in the back of the hip. The muscle itself overlies the sciatic nerve. So if you get sciatic pain, this is a good release for that. You can reposition the ball as well. And let's take the knee now in towards your chest slightly. Hug it in. Good. Place it back down again. Hug it in. Place it back down again. So feel that ball pushing in to that tense area in the back of your hip. And then as it progresses, you're going to feel it starting to not be so painful anymore. Starting to release. A couple more of those. Nice neutral spine. And then let's circle on that ball as well. So take hold of that knee, move it out to the side, forwards, draw it back in again. Find all those problem spots. Keep breathing deeply. Nice work. All right, let's place that foot down. Let's try it on the other side as well. Sometimes you might find one side is a bit more tense than the other. So always make sure you do both sides, even if you have one side that's a bit more problematic than the other. So we're going to start off placing the ball under that back pocket, engaging through your core and gently letting your knee fall out to the side and come back in again. Out to the side, back in again. Maintain your core contraction the entire time. Let the knee fall out. Keep the opposite knee pointing directly up. Breathe deeply. Close your eyes. Just let your body enjoy that release, that therapy to massage out those muscles. Really simple movements to release the tension that you might be holding. Good. One more of those. And then let's do our little knee hugs. So take your knee into your chest and then press it back down again. Reposition the ball if you need to. Hug the knee in. And then press it back down again. Change your angles, reposition the ball. One more of those, and then let's move into our little knee circles now. Rotating the leg. Circle around. Good. Excellent. All right, place your foot back down. One last little therapy massage here. So now let's take our ball and place it into the lower portion of your back. We're leaning away from the ball, just positioning it against the inside of your spine and then leaning against it. So we're just in that fleshy part from your spine to the side of your hip. And then we're going to lean away from it and then apply our weight down onto it again. So you can roll side to side slightly. So just do a few of those and just find the spot, find the trigger point where you're really quite sore, quite uncomfortable, but not painful. And we can stay on that position. And then we're going to hug our knee into our chest again. And then press it back down again. So bringing the knee in and out, this helps to put the pressure into the ball and helps to trigger point massage into the back. One more of those. Good work. And then let's reposition it over to the other side. Lean away from the ball, lean into it, roll away and then lean onto it again. So you're just applying the pressure onto it, gradually helping it to release. Find that really tight, knotty spot and then hold your weights onto the ball and then hug your knee in, bring it back down. Keep changing where you have the pressure of the ball so you can find all the problem spots that are in your back and in your hips. Let's do a couple more of these little knee hugs. And then we're going to lean away from the ball, get rid of the ball for the moment. And we'll take our arms out nice and wide. Step your feet wide. Let's just get some blood flow back into your back and hips. Wide apart feet and gently rotating the knees side to side. Loosen everything back off again. Breathe in to rotate and breathe out, come back to the center each time. 10, 9, keep your shoulders on the ground. 8, 7, 6, bring your legs together. Turn your neck in the opposite direction. 5, 4, so a little deeper in that rotation. Top leg rolling on top of the bottom leg. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center, hug your knees in. We're going to roll ourselves up to sitting. Bring yourself to a bent leg position, sitting high on your sit bones, nice and evenly, hands down by your sides. And we're going to do a little pelvic rock side to side here. Try and keep this upper portion of your body as still as possible. So this motion is coming from the lower portion of your back and pelvis. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Excellent. Thank you for joining me for this therapy session. I hope you felt some release in your back after doing those exercises. Keep practicing. Do them often as you can. And I look forward to seeing you next time.